5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yeah, people. What's poppin'? What's going on? It's the Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Miles, what's poppin', man?
Chilling, man.
Chilling. So today's show, we're going to be talking about what is male privilege and rape culture. Okay, we got to get into this because it's it's time. But
those sound like two things that women created to take pressure off themselves to be honest about their own decisions. Probably,
because we're gonna get into a lot of that shit today, man. Because it's gonna be an interesting show, and hopefully, if a lot of the feminists hear this, they will understand how to see things from an objective standpoint and not be all up in their bullshit. You feel me? But before we get into all that, we're going to take a quick break. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right, we're back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show, people. We are back in this bitch, man. So there's a lot of shit that's been going on in the news, man. Actually, not a lot of shit. I just, you got to say that to make it seem like, things are really happening. But, whatever. But anyway, so the first thing we got to talk about is the dude, is he on the 49ers? Am I correct? With that guy that was talking about...
Yeah, Kaepernick. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's the quarterback for the 49ers.
Colin Kaepernick, because, I don't be watching these sports niggas, so I don't know who these niggas are. So, basically, he... what did he say? He doesn't want to stand for the national anthem? Is that what it is? And he was saying...
not to stand for the national anthem because, in a country where, people of color are being oppressed and killed in the street, while the people who are shooting them are getting, paid leave off their jobs, meaning the cops.
Pretty much.
He's trying to take a stand against the cops killing, black folk in the street.
Pretty much. I agree with the nigga, because I'm like, people online, this is the funny part. I've been looking at these message boards and looking at these Facebook posts and the Twitter and all that other stuff. And it's funny because people are like, how dare that nigga... fucking not putting his hand on his heart to pledge allegiance when he's making all of this money off the NFL or whatever. You understand? And I'm like this. Last time I checked, that dude is doing a job, right? And last time I checked, when you do a job, you're supposed to get paid, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. So what the fuck does his job have to do with him pledging allegiance? Because I don't think that's part of the job. Actually, it's you're not obligated to pledge allegiance. Or am I correct? Or I don't know. Am I right? Like he's not. That's not.
No, you're not obligated because even the NFL said that they're not pleased with his behavior, but they respect his First Amendment right to protest and to express himself and shit. So
exactly. Cause I'm online and I'm seeing these dudes. They're like, oh, why is he being all pro-black now? And you getting all this money and blah. So since you're getting a lot of money, you can't talk about shit. You understand? Like you're just supposed to shut up. You can't say nothing about nothing no more. And on top of that, again, it's his motherfucking job. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they acting like this nigga just be coming to the fucking stadium, chilling, sipping daiquiris, and watching Netflix. You understand? Like, this nigga's putting in work. So, if you putting in work, I should be getting paid. So, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Right. That's not necessarily description of his job.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
Standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right. But you know what it is? It's that whole like mentality of employment. Like, you got to understand something with jobs, they're not just there to, you know, give you employment and for you to help the company. Like that's what it is on the surface. Right. But when you really look at it deeply, when you really dig deep, these motherfuckers who hire you, the people you're working for, they want to own you. You understand what I'm saying? They want to own you. You're not a person. You're property. They own your ass. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Real talk.
They not looking at you like all of that shit. This is why they having that, you know, talking about, oh, but you know, they're giving them all this money and blah, 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 blah. Because if you notice, anytime when you think about your job or, you know, the place that you work at, it's like, for some reason, you ever get that feeling like they want you to drop everything in your life for them? You understand? Like everything that you're doing has to, you know, go around them. Like, you know, you probably go up to your boss and you be like, look, I need to take some time off because my mom just died. And then they're looking at you like, you know, do you really need time off? Like, were you that close? Can you come in?
Were you that close to your mom?
You know what I'm saying? Was it that bad? Are you sure you can't come in this weekend? Like, they be looking at you like you live for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, look, if I'm doing a fucking job and you giving me money, then we even, nigga. Like, what are you talking all this other shit about? Oh, well, the NFL's paying him, so how dare he say all this shit? You feel what I'm saying? Like, right. Like you can't have an opinion anymore because you work somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
No, you see, it's a whole mental game because they want you to be like, I mean, it's sort of like they want you to, because you're not only pledging allegiance to the flag, you're pledging allegiance to the job. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, you have to. They want you to be committed to the job. And the funny part is, like, so they'll tell you, oh, you know, if you need to quit, then we want a 2-week notice. But
right.
We reserve the right to fire you at any given time for any given reason.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. Like, you got to give them some notice so they could set their shit up, so they could keep their shit going. But at any time, they could fire your ass, and it's all good. It's like, whatever. Like, deal with it, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, the hypocrisy is retarded out in this bitch. And I'm just like, yo, it's funny how, you know, they'll look at this dude, Colin Kaepernick. Did I say his name right? Kaepernick? Yeah. So Kaepernick. Right. How come people with just simple ass names can't do shit, man? It's always somebody with a fucking hard ass name. It's like, god damn. Like, come on, man. Somebody
and it's funny too because he's biracial, this guy.
Right. And that's another thing, though. I'm glad you brought that up because I hear a lot of people, they always get into this thing where they're like, oh, you know, I don't understand what he's talking about because doesn't he have like a white parent and how could he say this type of shit? I'm like, listen, my wife is white and I'll talk shit about this shit all fucking day. That don't mean nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You think when I walk down the street, a fucking cop will see me and be like, oh, wait a second. That's, it's Mr. Lucario. His wife is white. Chill. Like, no, they don't give a fuck about that shit. If anything, that's even, you know, even more incentive to get these niggas to want to fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I seen that movie Crash. I know how it goes down. You feel what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter because an injustice anywhere is an injustice anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Or something like that. Exactly. I'm just like,
I wanted to touch on this other news story real quick. Speaking of all this racial shit,
right?
So, Dwayne Wade, the basketball player, and since we're speaking about sports niggas already, Dwayne Wade, he's a basketball player. He used to play for the Heat,
right?
He won a couple championships when LeBron came down there, and he also won a championship before that with Shaq. But he left the Heat, so he's coming to the Bulls now, and the Bulls is in Chicago. And we all know Chicago is full of niggas killing niggas, right?
Right.
So it's been reported that Dwayne Wade's cousin was shot and killed walking her baby in a stroller in Chicago, in a Chicago neighborhood.
God damn.
Right? But here's I mean, that's news too, and that's fucked up and so on and so forth. But here's the kicker. So did you remember Donald Trump's pitch to the black folks?
Right. When he was saying
like, you know, you guys don't have shit and you don't got nothing to lose, so why not vote for me?
Right.
So after the story came out that Dwayne Wade's cousin got shot and killed in Chicago, Donald Trump tweets, and I quote, "Dwayne Wade's cousin was just shot and killed walking her baby in Chicago. Just what I've been saying. African Americans will vote Trump." Oh,
wow. Yo, Trump is the real fucking savage. Jesus Christ. Yo,
Trump is a bad boy, man. Trump is he's the president of the bad boy membership.
Exactly,
this
for real.
Nigga goes hard, man.
Yo, how you do that shit?
Goes hard. Oh,
how you fucking do that shit? God damn! Like this nigga, he don't give a fuck now, man. He don't
give a good fuck.
Wow.
Are you crazy?
Wow, that's funny. It's funny because everybody's scared that Trump is gonna get elected, but I'm just saying if he gets elected, that shit's gonna be pure comedy for the next 4 years. You feel what I'm saying? It's comedy all day. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God! But damn, that's fucked up though. What happened to his cousin, Dwayne Wade's cousin, man? It's like, damn, it's like it's wild in these streets right here, man. It's fucking.
And he's just about getting ready to move to the city to to play for the Bulls and shit. It's like ridiculous.
Wow.
Like all them years he's been playing in Miami, and his cousin's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now all of a sudden he coming to play in Chicago, and his cousin gets shot, and it's like, damn,
that's crazy. Yeah, I can't be fucking with Chicago, man. I'm good on that shit. Like it's crazy out there, man. These dudes be on that shit, man. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway, in other racist news, it's mad racism out here. But anyway, there's a church in North Carolina that is they're doing racist anonymous meetings. So basically, nice. This is for all the people who are actually racist. So you basically come there, it's just like, like Alcoholics Anonymous, where you say, "Hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm an alcoholic." So you go in there and you be like, "Hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm a racist." You feel what I'm saying? And then so they're trying to help people to, stop being racist. You feel what I'm saying? And I think it's a good thing. I fucking think it's good. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
I think the shit is good. I like when a person, I think it's good when you're a person who can own up to what you're about. You feel what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of motherfuckers who's racist and like, "Oh, I'm not racist. What do you mean?" And blah, 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 blah. And goddamn well you're racist. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got some people who are racist, but they don't really know they're racist. Do you understand? Like you got some people who just are like oblivious to the racism. Like the other day I was at a meetup event. And this dude, I'm talking to him. I'm like, "Yeah, I write books on dating and relationships." And he was like, "Oh, you write books?" And I'm like, "Nigga, do you just realize what you did was racist?" Because, like, he didn't say it like he was like, "Oh, that's interesting. I'm meeting a person who writes books." He said it and gave me this look like he basically was like, "Oh, this nigga writes books." That's what he gave me. Like you.
Back in the day, y'all niggas couldn't even
read.
Read a book. Like, you over here writing books. Awesome.
Good for you. Oh my God, that's awesome. Like,
and you speak so well.
Exactly. It's those people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did he try to touch your hair?
Oh nah. No, right, for real.
Or did he touch your skin? Like, "Oh, your skin is so beautiful."
Oh man, shit is crazy. But yeah, but it's good though. You got to have those situations where people have a safe space to let their racism out and try to get out of that. You know what I mean? Because truthfully, you got to understand something, man. Like, most people are racist. Like you got to be on a whole nother level of consciousness not to be racist. Do you understand? Because the shit is ingrained in you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. It's something you grow with. Your parents and whatever you've been exposed to during your formative years. Is serious.
Like that shit is conditioned heavy in your motherfucking in your mind. So it's just like you gotta get out that bullshit. You feel me? But in other news,
no, let me give an example real quick. I know this lady. She grew up in a white neighborhood. It just so happened that she just grew up in a white neighborhood. Her parents got their house in a neighborhood where it was just all white kids, and she grew up with white people, son.
Right.
Now this lady is dark as midnight, son.
Mm-hmm.
She's dark as under the bed, son. Like, she's dark. But the woman, she wears weave.
Mm-hmm.
She has blue eyes.
Wow.
And she's married to a white guy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and she explains it that it's just what she likes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just likes white people, and she's been around them her whole life. She grew up with them, and that's it. Like, it's crazy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Like when you're in the environment you're in, you know, it lends itself to that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's crazy. But then see, you got to be the type of person who can step back and see racism for the bullshit that it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like, you know, because even me, like myself, where, you know, my wife is white, and for the past like couple years or whatever, I was dating like predominantly white chicks. You understand what I'm saying? But it was basically just mostly because of the places I hung out with. It was like 90% white girls. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like whatever. You feel what I mean? But I've dated more black women than anything in my entire life. You feel what I mean? But it's to me, it was always like, all y'all chicks are just chicks. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you feel what I mean? So it's like, you know, but you have, depending on the cultures and depending on the upbringing, you have different little intricacies of if you're dating a white girl, black girl, you know, Asian girl, whatever it is. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you break it down to the nitty gritty, when you just in the living room with that chick or in the bed with that chick, she's just a fucking chick. You feel what I'm saying? Then you start to see you start to see the actual fact that she's a woman overriding the race type shit. You're like, man, you just a fucking chick, man. Like, oh,
you're just a damn chick.
You just a chick. You just go and doing your little chick thing, you know? Like, get you over there being a chick. It's crazy. Anyway, so in other news, a man sends a python in the mail to his ex-girlfriend. I don't know what's the point of that happening or why. They didn't even say why he did it.
And the snake was still alive when it got there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm just like... I mean, was that supposed to be a metaphor for his dick? Like, yo, I'm sending you this python... And we, you know, it's we gonna get it on next time I see you. Like, what is he doing? I don't get, like, who even thinks to do that type of shit? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
what was it, a white dude?
Yeah, I think it was a white dude. You know, yeah, it was a white
dude. Following the racist theme. So this girl probably left him for a black guy. He's like, oh, since you like pythons,
exactly,
I'm gonna send you a python.
Exactly. He's like, do you like me now, girl? Do you like me now that I sent you a python? Huh? That's like the super psycho simp language. Do you like me now, huh? Do you like me now that I'm rich, huh? Come on, bitch. Like,
oh my God.
Oh man, I swear that shit is hilarious, man. Oh man, but anyway.
And look at how much money he probably wasted getting the python and mailing it and all that shit. Like,
exactly,
serious,
like taking all that time. That's a nigga who ain't got no direction in life. You understand? Like he ain't got shit to do, because it's like when you think about, you got to think about the actions that certain people take, especially a dude. When you see a dude go out of his way to spend a lot of time belly aching or doing something that has to do with a woman, you feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, he has nothing to do in his life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of energy spending on doing shit like that for a chick. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's crazy. That shit is crazy, but you know, that's how dudes get down. So look, before we go on break, we're gonna do a subscriber email real quick, and see what's popping with this. And for you guys sending me emails again, you gotta send me like maybe a paragraph, 2 paragraphs tops. And a paragraph, guys, is, you know, what, like 4 or 5 sentences? Didn't we learn that in school or something? That's it, 4 or 5 sentences. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I had to.
Let me just say something real quick. That right there, all the wordy fucking emails and shit.
Right.
That shows me that y'all niggas need to go to www Badboymembership.com.
Exactly.
Join the fucking membership.
Exactly.
Because bad boys don't fucking get all wordy. They get straight to the fucking point. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because bad boys are busy. Bad boys know that your time is fucking important and you gotta get shit done. So
Exactly.
if you got an issue you want to holler at Mr. Lucario about, you get straight to the point and keep it moving. So you can do other shit to continue to improve your life and do what you gotta do.
Pretty much, man. It's like, my God. So this email right here is real short and to the point. So, this is a good one because I've been getting like emails where it's like fucking like 10, 20 paragraphs. And I'm like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, even if I'm reading it, y'all gonna be like, God damn, like, what the fuck's going on? But anyway, so this one, it says, hey, Lucario, I just was wondering if an average guy with a great personality and confidence can be attractive to a girl. If you're not good looking, can she see those things and become attracted to you? Okay, so he's asking, like, if you're not the best looking guy, can your confidence and your personality and all that attract the chick, right? And so I did a video actually about this the other day where I was talking about like being attractive and a woman actually being attracted to you and all this other stuff. And basically what it is that you have like three types of chicks. You're gonna have the chicks who are 100% into you off the bat. You understand? Like, they just feeling you. Then you got the chicks, the second type of chick who's like on the fence. Like she's not like totally not into you, but she's not all the way into you. She's in the middle. She's like, yeah, he seems cool, but I'm not really, there yet. You understand? And then you got the third chick who is just totally 125 million% not into you. You feel what I'm saying? At all. Like, it don't matter what the fuck you do. This chick ain't fucking with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the only thing you probably could do is maybe get rich, and that's still iffy. You feel what I'm saying? So The thing is that when you are interacting with women, the first type of girl, she's already going to be into you, so you ain't really got to do nothing. You ain't really got to say much. She's already on board. You feel? All you got to do is make sure you don't say too much shit to fuck up the situation and fuck up the vibe. You understand? And talk yourself out the pussy, right? So you're already good there. Now, the third girl, don't even worry about her because she's not into you. Don't try to bother to do anything. Don't keep trying to go and make it happen. She's not really trying to fuck with you. So the second type of chick, the one in the middle who's like sort of into you, who's sort of not, she's the one, right? Who, if you actually have some confidence about you, you got some swagger, you got some personality, she's the type of chick who will actually start to feel you more because there is, basically there's something there that made that she liked already initially. You understand? So all you're doing is cultivating that in order to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just that you being on top of your game in order to make that happen. So it's the same thing. Like, I use the example of, let's say you see a preview to a movie. You feel what I'm saying? It's a 3-minute preview, right? So you see it and you're like, yeah, this seems like it's going to be an okay movie. I'm not excited to see it, but it seems decent. So there's already something in that movie that makes you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go see it. You feel what I'm saying? So that person buys a ticket and says, okay, I'm just gonna go check it out. You feel what I'm saying? Because there was already initially something there that made that person want to go check out the movie. You feel what I'm saying? So at that point, while the movie is playing or happening, if that movie's actually good, that makes the person say, yo, I'm feeling this fucking movie. This shit is dope. You feel what I'm saying? So the same concept happens for you, is that she has that sort of interest there a little bit. And all you got to do is stay on top of your shit. And then you can actually pull that chick. You feel what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? But the thing is, don't get it confused with a chick who is super uncooperative, because those are, usually the chicks who aren't really feeling you. You understand? The chick who's sort of in the middle, she's not being uncooperative, but she's not all like jumping on you yet. You understand what I'm saying? She's flirting, she's still feeling you out and feeling the situation out, and then you flirt, you see where it goes, and then that usually can get her to make shit want to happen. So yeah, you definitely, if you if you guys are always worried about your looks and all this other stuff and all that other craziness, there's a lot of chicks that you can still get, because there's going to be that something there that she's sort of feeling. You understand? And that's a lot of chicks that you're going to run into. Actually, a lot of the chicks you're going to run into are those type of chicks in general. You understand? Like, you're going to have the chicks who ain't going to be feeling you, and then you're going to have some chicks who are going to be off the bat feeling you, but most of the time you're going to run into that fucking middle ground with a lot of these chicks. You understand? But it's up to you to be on top of your shit and be confident, because that's going to make it easier for you to pull more women. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't pull the women because when you start talking to them and you start to see that she's not all the way jumping all over you or sweating you, you think, oh damn, this chick don't like me, and then you start going off of that vibe of, oh, she don't like me, and then she ends up not liking you because you sort of dropped the ball already. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to know the difference between a chick who's totally uncooperative, who's totally not feeling you, versus a chick who's actually, you know, flirting with you. You understand? She's actually still, she's teasing you a little bit. She's playing around, but she's not, you know, she's sort of like feeling out the vibe. You understand? And this is a whole different energy from that versus a chick who's sort of just standoffish. She's giving you one word answers. She's trying to get away from you. That type of chick, don't bother. Because a lot of guys think, oh, well, could you teach me how to build some attraction so I can get this chick who's totally not into me to fall and suck my dick tonight? Is just like, why don't? Like, it's too many women. You understand? It's too many women out here. Just keep that shit fucking moving. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's what you got to do. You feel me? But listen, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about what is male privilege and rape culture. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION Photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. Yeah. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about what is male privilege and rape culture. Okay. Before we get into it, though, I want to listen. We got to define this so we could sort of be on the same page and understand what we're talking about. And first, this is what we'll do. We're going to talk about first the male privilege stuff. And then we're going to go into the rape culture stuff after. So we just have everything, in a nice little package so we can really dig deep into this. So I have a definition of male privilege, and then I have some examples of what people were saying male privilege is, right? And so for the definition for male privilege, I got this from Wikipedia, right? And this says, male privilege is a concept used to examine the social, economic, and political advantages or rights that are made available to men solely on the basis of their sex. A man's access to these benefits may also depend on other characteristics such as race, sexual orientation, and social class. Okay, so basically what it sounds like to me is that when we talk about male privilege, we're just talking about white guys. Is that right, or am I incorrect with that? You understand? Because they're saying like,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, because they're like, well, there's male privilege, but it also depends on your race and your gender. Like, so what are we really talking about here? But the thing is, when you talk about male privilege, people still, and especially feminists, they still like to look at it as all things having to do with any man. You understand? As a man, right, you are privileged because you're a guy and you get everything for you and all this other stuff. And before we even talk about this is what I want to say. I want to say, because we're going to get into some heavy stuff today. And I know that every time you're talking about rape and privilege and all this other stuff, people, they get all sensitive and shit. You feel? So what I want to say is this, is that here at the Bad Boy Show, we do not condone rape. Do you understand? And we need to make this clear. But this is the thing, though. We have to actually talk about what is really happening and not get into a lot of exaggerations, a lot of finger pointing, a lot of, like random craziness that you're going to hear in some of these examples today. But I just want to, put that out there, right? But right. I went on this website.
Like me personally, I don't condone rape, but
right.
I don't believe bitches on the first go around. Like I have to find out what's really going on.
Right, exactly. So, we're here to critically think and investigate some of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because we have people who listen to our show. Some women who might be feminists, some other ladies or some other people, some male feminists who, soon as they hear us talking about this, they're like, "Oh my God, you guys are apologizing for rape, and you're condoning this, and you're condoning that, and you're all for male." I'm like, look, no, we want to talk about this shit and give all different sides of the perspective. You understand?
Right.
So the thing is, I went on this website called everydayfeminism.com. Right?
Oh my God.
I know. I know. So as I went on Google, I said, okay, let me Google some examples of male privilege, right? So I see this website called everydayfeminism.com, right? Now they had the title of the post was 160 examples of male privilege. I was like, God damn, bro. I was like, shit. I was thinking, my God. So basically, they had it broken up into like, privilege of social norms, privilege of sex and relationships, men privileged between gender harassment and, all these other different things, right? So what I did was I took a few of these things and we're going to talk about some of these stuff. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about all 160 because we ain't got time for that shit. But I just took a few so we can sort of just get a gist of what they're talking about, right? So
right.
We got examples of male privilege. So these ones I'm talking about right now has to do with privileges of quote unquote social norms. So one of them says that you have male privilege because you're not expected to swear less, apologize more, or other supposedly ladylike behaviors that reflect stereotypes of your gender being submissive. Okay? So basically you have the privilege as a man of not having to be submissive and having to apologize and having to swear less and all this other stuff. Now, let's talk about this submissive shit real quick. Let's get this out the way. First of all, it is a privilege for women to be submissive. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, I
think we should get a round of applause for that.
Right, pretty much. We got to get another round of applause for that shit. Because you got to understand something. I was talking to this lady the other day, and she was saying that, it's not right because a lot of you guys, you get to be in authoritative positions. You get to be the leader, and we are the followers, and blah blah blah, this and this and that. So what I told her is that her mistake was thinking, and this is what most women think because they're thinking they're being oppressed and all this other stuff. Her mistake was thinking that being a leader is better than being led, or being submissive is worse than being dominant. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the problem that they don't understand, because see, when you get deep into it in life, you have the yin and the yang. You have the up and the down. You have the left and the right. You have you can't have this without that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to have submissive and dominant. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is that they're looking at it as, well, your dominance is better than my submissiveness, and why can't I just be dominant and you be and the thing is, men are submissive in certain situations. You understand? Right. It goes back and forth. But they don't want to see that. They see as the words. They're looking at the words, and the words have connected this negative connotation, and then they look at that as a bad thing. You understand? But it's necessary for the situation to occur. You understand what I'm saying? So like I had I was talking to somebody else where they were saying that being a teacher is better than being a student. right? But I was saying, if you have no student, how do you have the teacher? And if you have no teacher, how do you have the student? So how is one better than the other when both are actually needed? You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's the thing that people don't get, and this is what a lot of times when feminists say stuff like, "Well, you don't understand because you want us to be submissive," and I'm like, it's supposed to happen that way. That's life. That's part of it. That's the part of the balance. I don't get why is that an issue. You feel what I'm saying? But and then also in this thing, it said, we're expected to swear less, to to not curse, and to apologize more. Now, who said you have to do that? You see what I'm saying? Who said who's stopping you from cursing? Who says you have to apologize more? Who said that?
I thought everybody had a free speech.
That's what I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that.
I mean, I think they're talking about like the general like social expectations or something. Right. But I mean, why do you give a fuck what people think about you anyway?
Exactly. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to be dominant and you want to be this and you want to be that, where is your confidence to say, yo, I don't give a fuck what people think or say about me. I'm gonna swear and I'm not gonna apologize as much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, if you want the thing with me is the thing with women, and excuse me, they complain all the time about things like this, and they create like terms such as male privilege. They create these ideas, right?
Right.
But the thing is, you are not willing to deal with all the things that come with this so-called privilege.
Exactly.
For example, I'm gonna give an example. I don't know if this was gonna be a part of your example, but so I was looking at something, and somebody was talking about male privilege and how they were saying how when a guy sleeps around with a lot of different females, everybody looks at him like he's the man, he's the hero, he's a Casanova or whatever. Like he's a good guy, he's a stand-up guy, and he's the man, right?
Right.
Everybody's patting him on his back, giving him thumbs up. But when a woman sleeps around, she's called a slut, a whore. She's looked down upon. People spit on her, they stone her, and all that shit.
Right.
But my thing is this: when you look at the world, you look at society. When you look at what a man has to go through in order to deal with and fuck multiple bitches,
right?
He deserves a pat on the back.
Pretty much.
What does a female have to do to have more than one nigga that want to fuck her?
Exactly.
Or take care of her. Or buy her shit. What does a female really have to do?
Right.
All she has to do is step outside of her house, my nigga. Like, what?
Right. Exactly.
Because, think about it. Men, we have the responsibility of the whole thing. We have to fucking, dress our best, try to be tall and handsome and not too fat and all of these things, right? And have money and meet you at the club and holler at you and buy you a drink and talk to you and spit game and this and that and that and this and holler at you and make you laugh and entertain you and, spend money on you, spend time. Most importantly, I got to give you my time. Right. If I'm dealing with more than one chick, you damn right I deserve a fucking applause and accolades and pats on the back, because that shit is effort.
Right.
All a bitch got to do is just sit back and take it all. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's a different thing.
And everybody knows that it's so easy for a female to get multiple dicks in her vagina. So we looking at you like, I mean, to me, it's like people call women sluts and whores, for lack of a better word. It's more like, yo, you're really just kind of taking advantage of the way society is. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And the thing is,
in this situation, it's actually female privilege.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm about to say, because I'm like, yo, I don't even care that chicks is, fucking and sucking all day. The thing is that, like you said, a woman can go out and get dick anytime she wants. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, and the thing is that, like, again, why are you caring about what society is saying about you. See, that's the problem I have with the situation is that, okay, well, you're saying this privilege and you're saying that the privilege is based upon people not judging you, right? But the thing is, what is the judgment have to do with anything unless you're actually taking the judgment? You're the one taking it. You're the one who is saying, well, I'm going to actually internalize this, make this affect me. You understand? Because the thing is, I said, nobody's stopping you from doing what you want to do. Meaning, nobody is stopping you from getting multiple dicks. You feel what I'm saying? As a woman, nobody's stopping you. The only thing that's going to happen is you probably have people look at you funny because, society's like, oh, well, this and this and that. That's pretty much it. But the fact is, you can actually make it happen. It's like when, women say, like, it's like a woman saying, well, I can't find a man because I got all these guys who are whack coming up to me. Well, you could actually go up to a guy. Nobody's stopping you. You feel what I'm saying? It's not male privilege that we get to come. We have the ability to come up to you and talk to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody's stopping you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, back in the days when if we're talking about something like white privilege, back in the days where whites was getting home loans and all these other stuff and black people couldn't get shit just based off the fact that you're black, you feel what I'm saying? That's a different thing. You feel what I mean? But the fact is, you as a woman, you can do all these different things. The only thing that's stopping women is because they're scared of how people are going to judge them.
Somebody going to talk shit.
Right. You feel what I'm saying?
You scared that somebody going to talk shit.
Right.
I mean, so it's like they created they just create this shit just off the simple fact that they scared to hear people talk shit.
Right. And that's ridiculous. Because, like, even another one of these things it says about social norms, it says that, you have male privilege because you can forego regular grooming during travel, like growing a backpacker's beard without people judging you for not keeping up with your gender's expectations, like women shaving their legs. See, this is the thing. Again, you don't have to shave your legs. You understand? You can do whatever the hell they're saying it as if like someone is literally stopping them, like they're going to be thrown in jail for not shaving their legs. You understand?
Right.
All you're all you're getting is opinions. You feel what I'm saying? An opinion doesn't really affect your life. You see what I mean? Like, it's not going to really affect you unless you let it affect you. So you might have a couple of guys who might be like, you know what? I'm not really into women who don't shave their legs. You understand? And that's something that you have to accept as being part of this society, and that's how they fucking do things. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, nobody's stopping you from not shaving your legs. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, come on, like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So it's crazy. And now, so another thing they had for, examples of male privilege when it comes to social norms, and I thought this was hilarious. They said that social norms allow you as a man to take up more physical space. Huh? Like, what the? So, wait. So they say,
you see what I'm saying? Like, you see, as you go through the list, shit just progressively makes less and less fucking sense.
Right. Like,
you see what I'm saying?
So wait. So if I'm on a train, right, or if I'm standing on a train, and let's say I'm 6 foot, 290 pounds of muscle or some shit, and there's a woman who comes in who's 5'3", weighing 115 pounds. So because I'm obviously going to take up more space because I'm bigger than you. Right. How is that? So it's a privilege. I have more privilege because I was born this way. I'm naturally physically this way, and you're naturally physically that way. So I'm more privileged than you. They're trying to call
it privilege.
You see what I'm saying?
Fucking stupid, yo. I can't, yo. They're trying to call that shit privilege. I swear that these are the little stupid ways that they try to, like, shit like the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
Again, like I've been telling y'all niggas, do y'all research. That shit don't got nothing to do with niggas getting shot in the street.
Right.
They try to fucking equalize all of this, like, gay and lesbian transgender shit with the racist Jim Crow shit that's been happening in America for all these years.
Right.
They're trying to fucking make this shit equivalent when it doesn't make any sense at all, and it's not equivalent at all. How is that privilege that I'm bigger than you?
Right.
How is that privilege?
Right.
Meanwhile, first of all, it's more chicks that are fucking obese and taking up more space. And when y'all get pregnant, everybody is fucking holding shit down for a pregnant female. You know, niggas give up seats, niggas make sure, you know, you don't hurt yourself and all of this type of shit.
Right.
You understand? So who really got the privilege as far as taking up space?
Exactly. But you know, the first rule of this shit is you can't have women look at themselves. You just can't do it. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. We're not here saying that, you know, there isn't quote unquote male privilege. What I'm saying is this, is that just like in this last example, sometimes it's not even really privilege. It's actually something happening that's natural, and that, like, for example, they'll say, "Oh, well, you know, men have more privilege because in the workplace, men are making more money, right?" But basically, what happens is that it's been shown that more women actually take jobs that are specifically lower paying jobs than the type of jobs men take. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of those jobs have to do with they even have videos about this where some of those jobs women take have to do with their nurturing aspect of themselves, meaning like, you know, stuff about like taking care of people, service, teachers, stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So they was like how they choose those things on their own, and that choice usually comes from their inner, you know, feminine type of energy that for them to want to actually nurture and help people. And there's nothing wrong with that. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the reason why sometimes you see those situations. Also, a lot of times where you have men and women in the same job, like a man and a woman who's working at fucking McDonald's are making the same fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? Like the man's not making more than the girl at the fucking counter at McDonald's. It's not happening. You feel what I'm saying? Right. They all making their whatever the hell they make in an hour.
And what'll happen is the man over the course of a year, the man will probably get more hours because the chick, if she gets pregnant, she gotta do this or do that. If she on a period, she gotta go get a pap smear, like, and all of that shit has nothing to do with privilege. Right. It's nature. It's life. We're humans. This is what happens.
And see,
you understand what I'm saying?
Right. And see, a lot of it too, like with a lot of the stuff on this list, it has to do with you know, things being the way they are based off of other shit. Like we were saying, like, you're like, oh, you know, you're taking up more space. Yeah, we take up more space because we're bigger than you. That's why. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like we're doing this shit on purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, even they have another thing on the list where they're talking about sex and relationships, and they were saying that most pornography is made with a man's gender in mind, and it creates some pretty damaging ideas about women and other genders, right? Now, the reason why porn is made generally with men in mind is because men are the people who consume the most porn. So it's business. Right.
We're the ones that have to put in all the work to get real pussy.
Right.
So something like porn, it of course it's designed for men.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Because
of course it has to be designed for men.
Right.
And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of porn out there that's designed for chicks too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But come on, man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, that's actually just business. You feel what I'm saying? Like they're in a business to sell this type of stuff, and they know that they have a predominantly male audience, and men are going to be the ones buying it. So, of course, you're going to cater that shit to men. Just like how Tyler Perry, if you look at Tyler Perry movies, a lot of his movies are catered to women because that's his audience. You feel what I'm saying? So, of course, he's going to make movies that are going to, make women feel a certain way or cater to the stuff women like because that's who his audience is. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Like, I'm not sure if the fucking shit, if male privilege actually exists. However, I do believe that a lot of this shit is really just based on females feeling a certain way, and they have to put, instead of taking responsibility for the way they feel, they have to put some type of they have to put the responsibility on men.
Right. Right.
So they create this idea of what they call male privilege in order to make us feel like it's our fault.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like you know when women say, I shouldn't have to tell you. You should just know.
Right.
Like you should just understand how I'm feeling.
Right.
And through the course of the years, niggas is like, you know what? No, fuck how you're feeling.
Right.
Right? And then a bitch says some shit like, well, you know what? You're just taking advantage of your male privilege.
Right. Exactly.
And the nigga just looks at her and is like, yeah, whatever, bitch, and just keeps on moving.
Right.
And then she goes, you see how you have the freedom to just say, yeah, whatever, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You're swearing and
Right.
you're not apologizing. Therefore, you're taking advantage of your male privilege.
Right.
And that's what's going on in society. But it's like, really, bitch? Like, really? Get the fuck out of here, man. Male privilege. Male privilege? Or you just don't make no goddamn sense, so I don't have to stand here and fucking listen to you. Which one is it really? Which one is it?
It's funny. No, it's crazy because, like, even so there's some other. I gotta get some other stuff on the list. This shit is hilarious. So they talking about gender harassment and violence, right? So it says, you have male privilege because you're less likely to be the target of street harassment. The majority of women have experienced street harassment in their lives, and most of the men who do it, most of the men who do experience are queer and gender non-conforming. All right, so this is the funny part about this whole street harassment thing, because we talked about this shit to death, and people hate when we talk about it because we expose how ridiculous some of this stuff is. First of all, harassment means that you actually have had to said something or did something and then told the person to stop, and then they kept doing it. Now, there are situations where that happens. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, because it does, right? But a lot of times when we talk about street harassment, because remember, they had that famous ass video that went viral of that girl walking down the street, and they was talking about street harassment, and nobody in the goddamn video, it was like one dude maybe that kept walking with her and was saying something, right? And basically, 90-some% of the guys weren't harassing her. They just said hello to her. You understand? Or hi, beautiful, or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
Or paid her a quick compliment.
Yeah, instead of compliments her. And on top of that, I heard they had to walk around for like 10-something hours to get that 2-minute footage. You feel what I'm saying? So how prevalent is that? And again, I'm not saying that shit doesn't happen here and there, but the thing, and this is what I noticed about a lot of these, situations where people argue about these things, is because they will say something, but they'll blow the shit so out of proportion that it sounds ridiculous. Like, another thing they had on here was they said that you have privilege because you can turn down a date without worrying about being verbally attacked, physically assaulted, or even killed. Okay? This is what they're saying. They're saying that you as a man can turn down a date without worrying about being verbally attacked, physically assaulted, or even killed. So basically,
that's not true.
It's not true, but also, how many, think about this on a like critically thinking level, okay? How many women, even ladies thinking about this, how many women turn down men a day? How many? How many women, how much men has the average woman turned down or said, I don't want to date you? How many, on average?
If that shit were true, if that shit wasn't true, or they're trying to make it,
right,
there would be no women.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say.
Bitches every day.
Exactly.
Every fucking day, niggas would be murdering bitches in the street, straight up and down.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you why that's a lie. Because I've seen many a video where a nigga will call a chick up or tell a chick that he don't want to go out on a date, or he don't want. I've seen a video where the bitch is hitting this dude because he said he don't want to fuck her no more.
Right.
She's at his fucking door, banging on the door.
Right.
She's at his bedroom door, banging, crying, throwing the crazy ass tantrum.
Right.
Right? How many videos you see with bitches busting niggas' car windows and
exactly, all that shit? Right. I'm saying, like, it's not, as I'm saying, and this is what I'm trying to say, like, there's shit that happens. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this shit happens. But the thing with this, the problem with this, and this is what I had to learn over the years too, is because, you know, there's certain things that will happen from, you know, from my male perspective, right? That I had to understand that it also happens with women, because I, you know, before, like years ago, I was under the belief that men generally didn't flake on women like how women flake on men. You feel what I'm saying? And
right.
and a lot of men flake on chicks. You feel what I'm saying? So there's both sides to the story. So even though some of this shit happens to women, right? Like we were saying in this whole thing, there's so many different things that also happen on the flip side. So is it necessarily a thing of, you know, well, you're a man and you're privileged and this is why you do this and this is why we can't do this and everything like that? And I'm just like, you know, there's things happening on both ends. You understand? Because we could have a whole show about female privilege and say, well, you know, you're a female and you don't have to worry about having a false rape charge on you. You don't have to worry about, you know, having to you know what I'm saying? Like,
if men wanted to, we could turn it around,
right?
And call it female privilege,
right?
But men, the only thing that's the difference. Like, you could call it privilege, but it's not privilege. Men just make more like we just follow logic a little bit more, son.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So it's not about privilege or no privilege. It's there's shit that makes sense because it's based on logic. And then there's shit that just pops out of nowhere because it's based on emotion.
Right. And that's the thing, we, you know, when we talk about a lot of this stuff, it has to do with, you know, emotions and how you felt at the time and all of that other stuff. But let's actually talk about this whole rape culture thing though before we get out of here. So I'm going to give the definition of rape culture. I got this also off of Wikipedia, and I'll you know, dive into this a little more too. So it said on Wikipedia, it said, in feminist theory, rape culture is a setting in which rape is pervasive and normalized due to societal attitudes about gender and sexuality. The sociology of rape culture is studied academically by feminists. There is a disagreement over what defines rape culture as to whether any given societies meet the criteria to exhibit rape culture. Behaviors commonly associated with rape culture include victim blaming, sexual objectification, trivializing rape, denial of widespread rape, refusing to acknowledge the harm caused by some forms of sexual violence, or some combination of these. Okay. And, you know, I was reading this other passage on some other site where it's basically saying, like, you know, rape culture can be anything from, you know, like you making sexual offensive jokes to you sort of sexually touching a woman and then all the way to rape. And see, that's the problem I have with this whole thing when they talk about, you know, this type of stuff. Because when you say rape culture, you're basically saying that all of those things are rape. You understand what I'm saying, to an extent? Right. So if I'm flirting with a woman and you know, you're touching her in a sexual way, is that rape or are we flirting? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like there has to be a line drawn, and that's the problem with all the shit, is that it's like they'll be able to lump everything into one thing, right? And I have examples of rape culture. Again, this is from this website, everydayfeminism.com, so you guys can, you know, check them out. So one of the examples of rape culture is said, you know, calling college students who have the courage to report their rapes liars. Another one says supporting athletes who were charged with rape and calling their victims career destroyers. They also said rape jokes and the people who defend them are people who uphold rape culture. Okay. They said assuming that false reporting for sexual assault cases are the norm, when in reality, and this is what they said, in reality, there are only 2 to 8% false rape claims, right? Now,
but if they false, how the fuck you? All right.
This is what I want to point out for that. Why is there any percentage of false rape claims? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If rape is so serious that we can't even joke about it,
exactly.
Why are there all these false rape claims? And in this article it was said 25 examples of rape of rape culture. How come nowhere in these 25 examples I didn't see anywhere where they talked about that these women who do the false rapes are actually promoting rape culture? Because you're falsifying the rape. So aren't you also promoting the rape culture? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And on top of that, in this article, in the 25 reasons of 25 examples of rape culture, nowhere did I see women. They say anything about women who have rape fantasies. You feel what I'm saying? So aren't they promoting rape culture too? Now, I'm not saying this to point the finger at, women doing this type of shit. And again, they'll say I'm upholding rape culture because I'm, blaming the quote unquote victim. Right. But the thing, like you were saying earlier in the podcast, is that why aren't we allowed to question? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right.
Why are we not allowed to question?
Questioning a rape victim means you're upholding rape culture.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like,
listen, you know what? If they were to see, when they talk about rape and all this shit, they don't talk about niggas in jail getting raped. If you were to really take all cases of niggas in jail getting raped, the shit would with all the female rape charges and cases, the shit would probably either be equal or be way more than female rape cases.
Right.
Because a lot of men get raped too. A lot of men get raped. Gay men get raped. Men, straight men get raped. Straight men get taken advantage of by by females and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's a lot of if they really want to get technical and put the shit down on paper, there's a lot more men getting raped than women, or just about the same. Not to mention, as my friend, rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal, when you're trying to get off the phone with a bitch and she try to keep you on the phone just to waste your fucking time, she's raping a man's time. Like she's forcing a man to do something that he doesn't want to do. That's rape.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? On the technical level, that shit is rape. But nobody don't think about that shit. And men is not gonna complain and feel all stupid about it to perpetuate these terms and these things that we need to, look at because they feel a certain way and all this shit.
And the thing is, I feel that, again, I've said this before, I feel like it's disrespectful to women and to men and whoever who's actually in situations where they have actually been raped. You feel what I'm saying? Where they've actually been assaulted, and they've actually been in those situations that, it's not a good place to be. So when you're saying, oh, well, a man saying something, trying to flirt with a girl is something is like the same as rape, that's disrespectful to someone who actually got raped. You feel what I'm saying? Because now when the next person gets raped, then you're sort of diluting the seriousness of what rape is. Because their whole thing is, and I've read this in other places where it's like, and this is what rape culture is saying, well, you're normalizing rape and you're making it not a thing that's serious. And I'm like, well, these people who write this rape culture stuff usually are the ones perpetuating that within itself. That's the irony of it, because once you start to say, oh, everything is rape now, oh, I looked at her, I'm raping her, or this guy looked at a chick in a certain way, he looked at her body, and he was flirting with her, and he was trying to get all touchy-feely with her, and now that constitutes his rape, and he thought about having, matter of fact, he had a dream, he had sex with her, and that was rape, like all this other crazy stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And now you're making a mockery of rape, and then at the same time trying to say that other people are participating in rape culture, but you're one of the biggest culprits if you're actually not taking it seriously and making every little thing about rape when it's not actually rape. You understand? It's like, because you can't sort of just point out what, or pick and choose what you want to say and then leave out all the other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And act like you are for the betterment of the situation. No, you're for your agenda. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you're for. You don't care about people who actually got raped. You don't care about people who actually know situations where, things were, not in in a good situation for them. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that annoys me with the whole shit. You feel what I mean? Like, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Because look, you know, we're on here, and the stuff we're talking about, we're just trying to be fair with the whole shit. You feel what I'm saying? As far as looking at everything objectively and saying what's really going on versus trying to sort of just put out a sort of agenda, because we could have really been on here going in on some other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But
right.
we tried our best to keep it, you know, how you know what I'm saying?
You know me, man. My bad if I tip the scale a little bit. I know niggas is trying to keep it.
No, and that's the thing. We both of us didn't even go in like I thought we was gonna go in because again, we're like we were saying earlier, even with that example about men taking up more space, we're trying to show like, yo, is this really an issue or is this what's going on? You understand what I'm saying? Or the example of the whole thing saying only 2 to 8% of the rape cases were false, but nowhere in this article did they address those women making those false rape claims as people upholding rape culture. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the issue. So if you want to talk about it, let's talk about everything. You understand? Let's talk about the whole thing. Don't try to, you know, pick and choose and then point fingers and then try to, you know, make it seem as if, oh, this is a this is what they basically make it seem like. It's a man problem. It's a problem with you men need to stop doing this stuff and you know, messing with these poor little women. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, don't look at it like that. Let's look at the whole fucking picture. You feel what I'm saying? Let's look at the whole thing.
You know what? I'm about to say some real chauvinist shit, but this is what happens when you give bitches a voice, B. This is what happens. When you let females speak, this is what the fuck happens. It all started when they gave women the right to vote, man. It's like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, women, what do you think? And then what they never understood is that, yes, females are intelligent creatures. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are intelligent. They have strength. There are many things that we need them for, and I do understand that, because just like you were saying, like, the student can't be taught without the teacher,
right,
and the teacher can't teach without the student. So right. I understand that there's a codependence, and it shows in nature, but, yo, not everything has to do with your goddamn feelings. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be creating social constructs just based on your fucking feelings. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Because life is life. Like, there are rules. There are things, there's shit like gravity and fucking, you know, the magnetic pull of the moon and the moon and the stars, and like, there's certain shit that's proven.
Right.
Logic has proven them, period.
Right.
Nothing is being proven by your feelings. Nothing. No matter how you feel, this shit is not real shit. Half of it.
Right. Yeah, it's real talk. And of course, you know, there's gonna always be argument about, oh, this is this way and this is that way. And again, I said there's a lot of stuff on that site. Honestly, if you go to everydayfeminism.com or whatever, there's a lot of stuff on that site that they point out that actually is happening. So I'm not saying that it's not. You understand? But also, too, with that, there's always an argument that could be said for those things also. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just a lot of times things are just happening. Because, you know, right. people like to compare it to racism. Like, oh, well, what if this and that and this and that? And I'm like, I always say the difference between racism and gender situations is that, and this has always bugged me the fuck out all the time, is that racism is made up and they made it to seem as if it's real. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's a difference between a black guy and a white guy and an Asian. No, it's the same fucking shit, right? But then they look at gender and sex and they look at it as, oh, we're all the same. There's no difference, when that is the actual thing that's different. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the point, is that there's differences between men and women. You understand? We are not equal. You understand what I'm saying? And I always say the most that we're equal in is that we're human beings. But other than that, there's so many other things that make us different, which make us not equal and which make us different. And then there's going to be different things that's going to happen because of situations. So when you say, well, you have male privilege because, you get to come up and holler at a chick. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about a whole different thing. You're talking about the social norms of society. You're talking about even on a biological level of men being hunters and going after what they want, and women being passive on a fucking level that's in you. That's some fucking biology right there. You understand what I'm saying? So you trying to argue against nature? You understand what I'm saying? And then make it seem as if that nature is privilege. Like, what kind of shit is that?
You know what? A lot of this shit, a lot of this LGBT, transgender, a lot of it is really just them kind of fighting against nature. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Bruce Jenner, you're born a dude, B. You're born a dude. So now, I'm tired of being a dude. I want to be a female.
Right.
Like, nature says that you're a dude, right?
Right.
That's what nature says.
Right.
But you're literally spitting in the face of nature and saying, "Well, I want to become a girl now."
And the ironic part about that is that the same people who say that we're all equal and we're all the same as far as the genders are concerned, and far as male and female and all of that. If there was the case that we're equal, and then what would you say about a transgender person? Because isn't the argument for a transgender saying that I feel like a woman, or I feel like a man, I feel like the opposite sex? So how do you feel like something if we're all the same? If we're all the same, how do you feel different? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Right. So it's like,
yeah, we're all the same. So just be what
the fuck you are. Right. Exactly. Right.
Fuck out, yo.
But
you see what I'm saying?
But
you see how this shit don't make no sense,
right?
Because it's all based on some emotional nonsense,
right?
That has no basis. Like the thing with me is, for me to really understand something, there needs to be some type of basis. Mm-hmm. It can't just be, because
I feel like way. Right, exactly.
Like, if that's the answer to the question, you could fuck off, straight up.
Right.
You could fuck off. Because if you can't give me no concrete, either scientific or logistic reasoning behind your argument, then there's no sense to me talking to you.
Right. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But anyway, man, we went over time on this one because it was going in, man. But listen, guys, make sure that you go to undeniablegame.com. If you haven't yet, go to Undeniable Game so you can get my free audio program, which is called Undeniable Game. 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. You can get that for free. Okay, for free. The link is going to be below this video.
Free?
For free. So you guys have no excuse.
When I'm gonna get you to stop giving shit away, man? God,
you got to give them some free stuff, man. You got to give them some free stuff, man. So you got
to take advantage.
Exactly.
No matter how much I tell them, he's still giving away shit for free.
Exactly. You got to. So you got to get that free shit, man. But guys, make sure you get that shit today. Okay, go to undeniablegame.com or click the link below. Also, make sure you go to ilookseksynaked.com where you could listen to other Bad Boy Show episodes, but also go to Bad Boy Membership where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. All right, so we're out of here. You got anything else to say, Miles, before we bounce?
Man, the truth is inside you, man.
Exactly. All right, we out. Peace. Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.